cards in intelligent, meaningful ways. All right, Grixis Phoenix. This is a deck that we've played a number of times off and on stream. So there's no Drakes in this deck. The point of this deck is to flip through the deck and get our Phoenixes back into play again and again and again as much as possible. We have Electrostatic Field as a way to generate damage. And then we also have Lightning Strike, Shocks, and Creeping Chills as a way to add a little bit of reach to the deck. We have a couple of black lands in the deck to cast Creeping Chills when we inevitably draw them. I'm really good at drawing Creeping Chill. And we're going to go ahead and move on along here. As always, I would encourage people to also look at the deck list on the screen via the Stream Decker widget before you try and tell me to make corrections. My special favorite is when people suggest we add cards that we're already playing. This is closer to, so the Drake's decks always feel like pseudo combo decks to me in a lot of ways. This deck specifically feels more like a dedicated combo deck, Xerox deck, as opposed to being closer to a mid-range deck. So sometimes this deck does just spin its tires. You need a Phoenix or an Electrostatic Field to win most games. Stream Decker has not been updated yet. Is that another one up there? This hand has 2 tapped lands in it, no Phoenix, no Electrostatic Field, and a Creeping Chill in the opener. You know, it's funny. We actually trimmed the 4th Creeping Chill to try and avoid them being glued to our opening hand. I should have known that was impossible to do. Oh, Phoenix deck. Alright, we did at least hit an untapped land here on once. We've got that going for us. Looking to find a red source so we can play Electrostatic Field out onto. Opponent's feeling a little Sultai, it looks like. Believe it or not, there's only 6 black sources in this deck and a bunch of red sources. The new Adapt Flyer looks really sweet. That card's likely going to be a non-rotating format staple too for Legacy and Modern. Wonder if the opponent's deck is a full Sultai deck, or if there's something that's more like a, like maybe say a green-black with a small blue splash off of Treasure Map and some duels. Yeah, we've played red-black. We've played red-black burn on stream before. I was not a big fan of it. It just felt like it wasn't doing enough. Hada's Climb. That would be a cute one. So let's just try and power through our deck here, basically. We'll flashback Discovery. Dig deep. Ditch the Phoenix. Grab this. I unfortunately don't have a 5th land or a 1-mana instant or sorcery at the moment. There's a few different copies of High Resolution Bloodbraid Elf artwork out there full on tilt. Wonder if I'm supposed to ditch the Electrostatic Field just because of this. Although I guess I can Lightning Strike this down next turn. Yeah, maybe I just Lightning Strike the Vraska next turn. Hopefully I draw a red source and get to go Field into Lightning Strike the Vraska. Try and get that off the table. That's an interesting one. I think we had Narcomoeba in earlier builds that just really didn't pull its weight. Start with this and see where we end up at. Alright, I'm gonna opt now. Because if we hit a land, we can put these birds into play. Come on. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Have you heard about my birds? I said a bird. Bird's the word. I said a bird. Caw-caw! I feel like I should credit the Phoenix, Arclight Phoenix, with like part of my taking to Magic Arena, because early on lots of wonderful Phoenix animations is definitely one of the things that drew me to the client. Like this is wonderful. Okay. Yep. Alright, well, so I just like bring both birds back into play here, right? Just like Radical. Let's start with Radical idea, because if I draw another Phoenix, I can ditch it. Mission briefing, okay. Yeah, mission briefing could find another Phoenix. And then this can get back upped. I'm actually just gonna leave both of these on top of my deck. Because they are cheap cantrips that will allow me to get these birds back into play should they die again. Dunk. I'm gonna discard Creeping Chill here, I think. I guess they're at 9, so maybe I should keep the chill. You have a Muldrotha. Enjoy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, audio distortion. I guess we've been playing since we've been playing Arena for about 3 hours. Sounds about right. Shock this, lightning strike you, cast an op to get a bird back, hit you to dead. Caw-caw! Hey, not doing a full sponsor plug, but I do need to kick Arena here real quick, so the audio stops being Mr. Roboto style. Arena's usually pretty good about jumping back in when sideboarding. I think with Phoenix being run in standard, modern, and now some legacy decks, do you think it could be on the radar for a ban? I mean, like, playable in all formats isn't a reason to ban something. Against green black, I guess they're not really playing stock green black. Against green black, we usually board in the Lava Coils for the shocks, which is probably, I guess they have Siren Storm Chambers and stuff here. I have tried those Razors, Cobalt. Use them myself. The only other brand of Razor I'd used previously before the Harry's was Gillette. It's probably, I think it's a little bit better than that. It's the very least comparable to that. I don't know. I don't have a huge, I'm not super picky. Gets the job done. The shave cream they come with is actually really great. Can definitely talk up the shave cream, and the blades are of good quality. They're a good price. They're cheaper. They're cheaper than Gillette monetarily. So they're at least the same quality but cost less money, which is better value. Yeah, the black is just to cast the Creeping Chills. Sometimes you Dispersal, but usually it's the chills. We did, yeah. If you look on, I think I still have it on my Facebook page. Yeah, my Facebook profile picture is my clean shave. I need to warn you before I put this up on screen. This might be considered offensive material. It's really not great. But if you missed this happened when we hit a goal for the Harry's Razor sponsor. The Harry's Razors did that. You don't have to shave your entire face to use the Harry's Razor, but I use them a couple times a week to clean up the old neck beard. I enjoy playing the degenerate decks. I just, prefer my opponents don't know what I'm playing before we start. So you want to be nice and well kept. I put my clean shaven face on stream and my opponent conceded. Obviously, I should clean shave before my next Magic tournament. Scare him off. Getting syncopated? Rude. How am I supposed to deal damages to you now, opponent? Yeah, I almost look my age when we don't have the beard going on. Show him who's boss here. The old 4-mana lightning helix. Get a mat with my clean shaven face on it.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
If we ever play an event, please shouldering sideboarding. Teferi's gonna be a tough nut. Would you believe that there's only like 20 lands in this deck?
Keep up the pace.
So I think I'm going to mission briefing during my upkeep here. So that way I can try and set up the top of my deck before I draw for the turn. Okay. It's a good start. I would like to cast this chart, of course. Come on, deck. I'd like to draw another Phoenix, please. Brutal. We do have some Niv-Mizzets in our sideboard for this matchup specifically. Thankfully, even though that got countered, it does count as being cast, so I get to flip this Arclight into play and attack Teferi down. And by down, I mean to 1, so we're probably dead, because they're going to Lava Coil this Phoenix, and we'll curl up in a little ball and cry. Oh, just a Niv-Mizzet, huh? That's all you got?
Skip to the good part.
Skip to the good part? You mean this one? Where we concede Sipu. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. Oh man, does this build not have Fight with Fire in the board? That's probably a mistake. Should probably update that. Yeah, these cannonades should probably be fight with fires. Definitely want Duress and Radical Idea. Lightning Strike's pretty mediocre here. Trim the shocks as well. Yeah, let's try this. Not having fight with fire to take Niv off the table is a big deal. I've seen more Green Black Rock decks running Dark Confidant and more. Are you still in favor of running Trackers and Testiker? Yeah, I'm really not a fan of Dark Confidant. Unless you expect to play against KCI every match for your entire tournament. If you expect to play against anybody that's pressuring your life total, I'm not a fan of Dark Confidant. I also think Tireless Tracker tends to be better against the control decks because it can guarantee card advantage in those matchups easier than Dark Confidant can. I do think that Dark Confidant is much better against decks like KCI and Amulet Titan and Storm, decks that aren't pressuring your life total at all and don't have removal, but there's a lot more to Modern than just decks like those. I'm gonna hold on to my opt for now because one mana cards are pretty valuable for being able to flip Phoenixes back into play earlier in this archetype. Alright, that's a Niv-Mizzet. There's a lot of people who haven't like fully pulled the trigger. There's people who have like 3 Dark Confidants and 2 Dark Confidants. It's just like, come on, just cut the cord. It's okay. It's okay to just let it go. Do 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 do. All right, upkeep. Let's go ahead and mission briefing here. That's just some good clean value right there. Some good clean value right there. Look at my many options. Negate my opt, sure. I guess that guaranteed would let me cast Niv next turn. Come seal away. Come seal away. Come seal away with me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Thank you. Hurry.
It'd be concerning if you came here for on-key singing, because Lord knows that's not a thing that exists here. Let's draw Phoenix. Phoenix, me baby. Tilt. I think I'm actually gonna hold that, because it's like worth a 3-ball at some point. Remember that time I put this over here? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Hold that thought.
We only play 2 Nivs. This is part of the reason why. mean. Oh, I should have put these in the other order. I should have drawn the Warlord's Fury. Because I don't know what's under the Warlord's Fury now, and the opt could have opted past a bad card that I didn't want to draw, whereas the Warlord Fury is obligated to draw said bad card. Yeah, radical idea I probably would have kept.
No time for a break.
What are the odds they don't have a counterspell? 0? Probably 0. Hey, what's going on, James? Welcome back. Hope you're having a good one. Onward, onward, upward, backward, forward. Yeah, I don't know if we necessarily win if we get to Niv there. We probably would have been in a better spot, right? It was like trying to dig 4. Yeah, I think taking the land probably would have impacted things in our favor. One of my favorite things about playing decks like this is we get to keep hands that look like this. I'm a big fan of getting to keep one landers. Just gives you a wide range of keepables. Check out some of our options here. Do I get greedy? I'm gonna get greedy. Am I? I'm gonna get greedy. I get 2 looks at an untapped land, and then I get 2 more looks at a land afterwards if I miss. The upside there is pretty high of being greedy. And like the chances of missing are pretty low, I think. And Jeskai with Discovery, and interesting. Could be Jeskai Drakes. I've seen some Drake decks splashing both Clarion and Revitalize. We learned nothing from last game. There's no Nivs in my deck this time. This is post-board. Or this is pre-board. 0, 0 Nivs. 0 Nivs, 0 fear. Triggers. Boop, boop. I think I'm actually in for both of these. So Charter Course gives you extra chances to find your Phoenix before you have to discard a card. So like if you don't already have a Phoenix in your hand, you can draw into it and then put it in the bin, which is pretty valuable. Charter Course is also much better against counter spells. I wonder if I was right to just play Phoenix there. Are we at the point where rank matters? Or no, rank could not be more meaningless on Magic Arena currently. Actually completely irrelevant. I think I messed up there, and I probably should have just cast an Arclight Phoenix. Is there any game in the world where sponsors care about your rank? Why do the sponsors care about like what your viewer numbers are, right? They wanna know how many people are gonna be watching you while you plug their product. Man, we have been real bad at flooding today. Okay, I have to kill Teferi here. I just don't have enough resources to not.
Stop that.
Well, at least their hand seems bad. All right, so do I discovery? A decent chain of discovery here could get my birds back. Love to see 2 cantrips. I think I have to bin both of these. I just need to find a chain of cantrips here. Perfect. The birds are back, baby. They're coming for you. Am I playing this? I think I'm playing this. Caw-caw! Got a nice clean 12 here as well, which is great for us. Grr, arg. If they have a way to kill these that isn't, they just like kill one of these, I can cast the other Arclight Phoenix from hand. Deal lethal. So we flooded a little bit here, but the opponent's draw is more awkward than ours. This could be Settle the Wreckage. Could be Settle the Wreckage. I'm gonna attack with just one here. Am I? No, I'm gonna attack with... Am I gonna attack with just one? I'm gonna attack with both, because if they have a seal away, I want to be able to kill them with Lightning Strike. Is in fact so. Okay. Just hold on to that. I think it's right to continue to hold the Lightning Strike. Obviously, this gives them a chance to counter it, but letting them know that they're at 1 makes them have a higher priority on killing my Electrostatic Field, which is less than ideal. Well, I hold on to the Phoenix instead of playing it, because there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to get the Phoenix back next turn, and putting it into play exposes it to sorcery speed removal, like Deafening Clarion, and Lava Coil could permanently exile it before it even gets a hit in. There's the drawback of something like this happening, though. Please never use the word cancer to describe the children's card game that we're playing on screen. This is your first and only warning. You do it again, you'll be banned in my channel permanently. Thank you. So if I would have played the Phoenix out the turn before, I could have...
You need to slow down.
I could have killed them last turn with the Lightning Strike. Hopefully, they activate this Dawn of Hope a couple of times and I get to strike them to death. Block is bad for Clarion. Good call. Thanks, Discovery. Alright, let's try and kill them, I guess. Oh, yep. This game might be slipping away here in the face of this Dawn of Hope.
We need to move quickly.
Children gravitate towards Pokemon. Listen, as someone who has both a 3 and a 4-year-old and has taught people in college, I consider people in junior high. I consider a lot of 18-year-olds children. Shoot, I consider some people my own age children. Being a child, in my opinion, isn't a number, it's a mindset. We were really close this game. Just got pulled a little bit too far back. Yeah, I think we're too far buried there. Dawn of Hope is very good for the opponent. Really impressive use of that card. Pretty clean swap. Wonder if I'm trimming too much burn in this matchup. And bringing in a bunch of... I remember bringing an extra threat in Niv-Mizzet, though. and adding a little bit more consistency with more cantrips. I think it's fine. Atomic bombs, you ain't even got to be close. Just get in the neighborhood, you'll be fine. You know, better to swing with one Phoenix in hindsight. Why? Why? Explain. Why is it better to play around Settle the Wreckage versus Seal Away? Please apply logic, reasoning, and instead of just like telling me we got blown out rather than, and like it's the right play because we got blown out. So I love when my shock draws a card. Good clean live in. During my upkeep, I'm gonna stop and mission briefing to try and hit a land drop. All right, be aggressive, be aggressive. Do 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 do. This team doesn't have any of our cards that are like really critical to this matchup, right? And it's got this stupid Creeping Chill in the opener. Also has Creeping Chill in the opener, but doesn't have any lands. Welcome to Magic the Gathering. Please enjoy your stay. So we had a good game for the first game, and then we had the magic happen a couple of times there. I don't know. I think the first mulligan's correct. Regardless of what your 5 and 6 look like, that 7 doesn't do anything. It doesn't win us the game. We're not the control deck in this matchup. We need to be doing something to be able to actually win the game. I'm not actually 100% sure I want Fight with Fire. I think win before they get to Niv-Mizzet is probably fine. These stupid Creeping Chills. I am now remembering why we stopped playing this build and just played the mono red version. Remembering why. It's just like, it's like 6 hands in a row, right? Just like, it's stupid. I'm done. Let's play something else. I'm off it. I just can't do it. Let's add another deck at the end. What's in the queue after Grixis Dragons? Pretty off the Grixis Phoenix deck. Red Black Frenzy Pirates. Sounds exciting. So we're gonna play Grixis Dragons a little bit, and then we're gonna play some Red Black Pirates. Alright, where are we at? Grixis Dragons. Let's take a peekaboo here. Okay. Yeah, I agree, Ryam. I think it ended up ultimately being just a worse version of the Drake's deck. I agree with that. The straight up green, the straight up mono red version felt really reasonable.